hard choice. I was once a young man with a simple life. I had a small house, a kind wife, and a heart full of love. We were not rich, but we were happy. My wife, Maria, was the light of my life. She smiled every morning and made our little home warm and beautiful. We did not have much, but we had each other, and that was enough. But one day, everything changed. Maria fell sick. At first, it was just a small cough. Then she became weaker. She could not get out of bed. I watched her, helpless, as her face became pale. I told myself it would pass, but it did not. I called the doctor, and he gave me bad news. "She needs medicine," he said, "but it is expensive." My heart sank. I had some money, but not enough. I needed more, much more. I could not let Maria suffer. I had to find a way. I worked hard every day. I carried heavy boxes at the market. I cleaned streets. I did everything I could. But no matter how hard I worked, it was never enough. The money I earned was too little. Every night I counted my coins, but they were never enough. One night I sat beside her. She held my hand and smiled weakly. "Don't worry," she whispered. But how could I not worry? I loved her more than anything in the world. I had to do something. I had to save her. That night, as I walked through the empty streets, I made a decision. I would get the money no matter how, even if I had to steal. My hands shook at the thought. I was a good man. I never stole anything in my life. But Maria needed me, and I could not let her die. The night was cold and quiet. The streets were empty. I walked with my hands in my pockets, my heart pounding. I had never stolen before, but Maria needed medicine. And I had no other choice. I passed by a small shop. The window was open a little. Inside, I saw a wooden box. Maybe there was money inside. My hands trembled. I looked around. No one was there. Slowly, I pushed the door. It creaked, but no one heard. I stepped inside, my breath heavy. The shop smelled of bread and old wood. My hands reached for the box. It was locked. My heart raced. What was I doing? This was wrong. But then I thought of Maria, her weak voice, her tired eyes. I had to do this. I grabbed a small knife from the counter and forced the lock. It opened with a snap. Inside, I saw coins and bills. My fingers shook as I took some. Not all of it, just enough for the medicine. I stuffed the money in my pocket and turned to leave. But then I heard a noise, footsteps. Someone was coming. I held my breath. My legs felt weak. What if they caught me? What if I went to jail? I wanted to run, but my feet wouldn't move. The door opened and a shadow appeared. A voice spoke. "Who's there?" My heart stopped. I froze in place, holding my breath. The shadow moved closer. A man stepped inside. He was old, with a lantern in his hand. His eyes narrowed as he saw me. "What are you doing?" he asked. His voice was calm but firm. I couldn't speak. My hands were shaking. I felt the weight of the stolen money in my pocket. I wanted to run, but my legs wouldn't move. The old man sighed. "Are you hungry?" he asked. His question surprised me. I nodded slowly, not knowing what else to do. He pointed to a chair. "Sit," he said. "I will bring you food." I hesitated, but sat down. My hands were still shaking. He brought a small plate of bread and cheese. "Eat," he said, "then tell me why you are here." I took a bite, my throat dry. I had not eaten properly in days. I looked at him. His face was kind, but his eyes were sharp. He knew I had taken the money. Tears filled my eyes. I could not hold them back. "My wife is sick," I whispered. "She needs medicine. I had no other choice." The old man listened. He did not look angry. He just nodded. "Stealing is wrong," he said, "but love makes people do desperate things." I lowered my head in shame. "I know," I said. "I was afraid. I did not know what else to do." He was silent for a moment. Then he stood up and walked to the counter. He opened another box and took out more money. He placed it in front of me. "Take this," he said. "Go buy the medicine." I stared at him in shock. "But I stole from you," I said. "Why are you helping me?" He smiled. "Because I was once like you," he said, "a long time ago." Tears ran down my face. I took the money with shaking hands. "Thank you," I whispered. "I will never forget this." He nodded. "Go now and take care of your wife." I ran out of the shop, my heart full of guilt and gratitude. I would return one day. I would make this right. But first, I had to save Maria. I ran home as fast as I could. The streets were dark and empty. My hands held the money tightly. My heart was still beating fast. When I reached home, Maria was lying in bed. Her face was pale. She opened her eyes slowly and tried to smile. "You are back," she whispered. I nodded and sat beside her. "I have the money," I said. "I will buy your medicine tomorrow." She touched my hand weakly. "How did you get it?" she asked. I looked away. I could not tell her the truth. I did not want her to worry. "A kind man helped me," I said. It was not a lie, but it was not the whole truth. She smiled a little. "That is good," she said. "Good people still exist." I held her hand and watched her sleep. My heart was heavy. The old man had helped me, but I had done something wrong. I had stolen. Even though I had returned the money, I still felt guilty. The next morning, I went to the market. I bought the medicine and some food. When I returned home, Maria took the medicine and ate a little. She looked better, but she was still weak. Days passed, and she slowly got stronger. I took care of her every day. I cooked for her, cleaned the house, and told her stories. She smiled more. She laughed sometimes. My heart felt lighter, but the guilt did not leave me. Every night I thought of the old man. I wanted to see him again. I wanted to thank him properly, and I wanted to tell him the truth. One evening I made a decision. I would go back to the shop. I would tell him everything, and I would ask for his forgiveness. The next morning I left early. My hands were sweating. My heart was nervous. I did not know what he would say, but I knew I had to go. I had to make things right. I reached the shop and took a deep breath. Then I pushed the door open. The old man was there. He looked at me and smiled. "I was waiting for you," he said. I stood at the door, surprised. "You were waiting for me?" I asked. The old man nodded. I knew you would come back, he said. I looked down. I need to tell you the truth, I said. My voice was shaky. He smiled gently. I already know, he said. I saw you that night. My heart stopped. You saw me? Yes, he said. I saw your face. I saw your fear, and I saw your love for your wife. Tears filled my eyes. I am sorry, I whispered. He put his hand on my shoulder. You made a mistake, but you corrected it, he said. That is what matters. I nodded, feeling a weight lift from my heart. Thank you, I said. Go home, he said. Take care of your wife, and never lose hope. I left the shop, feeling lighter. The past could not be changed, but the future was in my hands. I walked home with a new feeling in my heart. The fear was gone. When I opened the door, my wife smiled at me. She looked better. I have good news, she said. The doctor says I am healing. Tears filled my eyes. That is wonderful, I said. We sat together, holding hands. We will be okay, I told her. She nodded. Yes, we will. At that moment, I knew life is not just about money. It is about love, hope, and second chances.